Thank you, Vice President Katainen, Madam Minister. First of all, let me assure you that our group does consider the investment plan a big thing, as you have said yourself. In fact, I would even say you are partly already on the road, for one reason. I think that you are raising expectations in the correct way, because the three pillars on which based are exactly the pillars that the businesses are expecting. It is a question of regaining confidence. It is a question of confidence that the EU institutions are able to address the real issues with the real, let's say, instruments in a proper way. Now, we are raising expectations. We are not halfway, but we are on the way. And I think it makes it even more important to deliver. Now, Vice President Katainen, you have mentioned that you consider the pillar on the internal market even more important. I would tend to agree. I think that this is really the case. You will remember the interaction we had in our group on one issue on which we partly disagree. I was looking for a conditionality in terms of structural reforms. You have explained that you find it maybe burdensome, that it has to be simple. I would say that there are ways maybe how to make it simple, not on the concrete projects, but in general vis-à-vis that concrete member state. But let's leave that aside. I understand this has not been taken on board. I would make a different point. Along the side, what you have just mentioned. If the EU is coming with an investment plan, I would expect that the Commission would try at least to impose on the individual member states their own national investment plans. You are now getting a certain input. Different projects are being proposed. I have seen some of the lists. Some are more encouraging, some are less. I have confidence that people that know what economic viability is, that they will make the right choice. But I would be much more confident if in the framework of these submissions we would see concrete issues addressed by the national administrations in terms of completing their own bit of the internal market, enforcing the legislation. The Commission knows very well where and on what issues the individual member states are failing. Better regulation, administrative burden. As Mr. Kamal is a true liberal, I can agree with him that cutting red tape is an important issue. I've been the last 9 years in business, and when I speak to the business people, they name it number one. And again, I can imagine that in the framework of the National Investment Plan, or whatever document that would be called, that you can demand concrete steps to be taken. Two remarks. One to finish with. One is I would have expected somewhat more from the Latvian presidency in terms of what we were presented today. I would expect that not only you would say there were meetings, there was a meeting on Monday, but what happened in the meeting? What is the commitment of the member states? What is the message? What is that you want to leave with us, with the parliament? Otherwise, we know that it is important, and we know that meetings are taking place. So I think let's be much more open. I wish you the best of luck. We will provide the support, but we want to see the deliveries also on the two pillars vis-à-vis the member states. Thank you.